In today's video, I want to give you guys an update on an absolutely insane PlayStation 4 exclusive, and it's interesting to say that because this was one of those games that I wasn't sure if it was going to remain a PlayStation 4 title. I honestly had a hunch that it would become a PlayStation 5 title, and I'm talking about Cygames' Project Awakening, but one of the main minds behind the game, Kenshiro Takaki, spoke on the game and reaffirmed that the game is in fact a PlayStation 4 title, and he gave us some updates on the game and the process of working on it, so I want to go over all of that. Also, a brand new Yakuza game starring Ichiban Kasuga. Information on that is going to be revealed on July 10th, so we'll talk a little bit about that, and we've got some revelations on some other PlayStation 4 games. Notably, NG is coming west for PlayStation 4 in October, and we have a release date for Aggelos. And then Mighty Switch Force is also making its way over onto the PlayStation 4. Some smaller titles, but I thought it would be nice to highlight those games as well, as they are going a little bit under the radar. First things off, I definitely want to talk about Cygames' Project Awakening. This is a game that when I saw it back in 2018, September of 2018, I was like, man, this game looks really incredible. However, I am very skeptical that one, we're ever even gonna see this game, and two, it was revealed to be a PlayStation 4 game, but just based on the visuals and based on how early on in the development process of the game was, I was very skeptical on the game remaining a PlayStation 4 title. However, it has been reaffirmed that the game will remain a PlayStation 4 game by Kenshiro Takaki. Kenshiro Takaki spoke on several things, and he talked about how Cygames is striving to become the best game studio in the world. That's a big reach, given that there are so many compelling game studios in the world today. However, that is the stuff that I like to hear developers strive for, and Cygames, with all of their projects that are in development, I don't put it as much of a far cry if they do consistently put out high-quality games. He mentioned that the Project Awakening trailer revealed at the PlayStation lineup tour right before the Tokyo Game Show last year wasn't pre-recorded, but running on an actual PlayStation 4 machine. If that is to be believed, that is absolutely absurd, given that the visuals in this game are some of the best visuals I have ever seen in any video game, and that says a lot given that the PlayStation 4 has had games like God of War, even games like Spider-Man have looked so good, Uncharted 4, Days Gone had some incredible visuals. Those PlayStation 4 exclusives, the developers really know how to push the PlayStation 4 to its knees and get some of the best visuals we've seen out of the PlayStation 4, and for Project Awakening to be on that level, that's pretty incredible. And based on the footage that I've seen thus far of Project Awakening, honestly, it is a step above a game like even God of War. Takaki also mentioned that Cygames is in fact keeping an eye on the next generation of consoles. A big announcement for Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is coming soon, and Takaki affirmed that the game is being meticulously developed to satisfy players. He also stated that the development of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink is progressing smoothly. That is, of course, the JRPG that also looks very good. So if you look at all of these games that Cygames is working on, they have a lot of interesting projects in development. It's just that notion of becoming the best studio in the world, that is an incredibly high bar to reach. Better off for going for that instead of being just another studio in the gaming world. Takaki also spoke about his next multimedia project, which will include original character designs by Hanaharu Naruko and an anime directed by Hiraku Kaneko. So Cygames is working on a lot of games, and Takaki himself is involved with a lot of stuff, but Project Awakening, I did want to note that that is still looking to be a PlayStation 4 title. Again, I would be very surprised if it's just a PS4 game. At the very least, it would be cross-gen with PS4 and PS5. The PlayStation 5 is set to release in late 2020, and I don't think we're going to get Project Awakening anytime soon. I've seen a lot of you guys in the comment section, and you guys are excited about this game, and I noticed that a lot of you guys wanted to hear me talk more about it. It's just I can't see this game being here anytime in the near future. Early 2020, I think, would be way too quick, and then if you're talking about later in 2020, well, then you're talking about the PlayStation 5 releasing, and this being reaffirmed as a PlayStation 4 title. Just a lot of uncertainty surrounding this game, but hopefully a lot of that uncertainty will be clarified in the coming months. Okay, moving on from that, I do want to highlight a couple of other games. More information on the new Yakuza title starring Ichiban Kasuga will be announced on July 10th. Speaking to GameBase.com, at a launch event for the PlayStation 4 version of Yakuza 5 in Taipei, Sato was asked whether Kazuma Kiryu, the protagonist of the Yakuza series up until the latest entry in Yakuza 6, could appear in a brand new title, and he just responded, "At this time, that is not a question I can answer. On July 10th, we will announce the supporting actress for the new title as well as share the latest information on the new title, so please look forward to it." The supporting actress specifically is set to play the role of the protagonist's partner through the open audition initiative that Sega launched back in March, and that's coming together now, and we're gonna hear information about that. Yakuza is a franchise that I'm always gonna go to bat for. Of course, we just had the release of Judgment over here in the States, and that game has been received pretty well, although I wish just a few more people would play it, as I'm not hearing a lot of rumblings about it. and I do honestly think it's one of the best games of 2019, and hopefully when this Yakuza game is announced and when it is revealed and we have an idea on when we're going to be able to play it, hopefully there is a close window among the Japanese release and the release over here stateside. Judgment had a pretty quick turnaround. It released in December in Japan, and then it came out here in June. That's not a long time at all to wait, and now hopefully going forward, every Yakuza title is going to have English voiceovers. I know that's not up everyone's alley, however, having more options is going to make it a game more catered towards the Western audience and help it expand over here in the West. So excited to hear about that, and I'll bring you guys the full update on July 10th. Okay, now we have some official confirmations about several games. NG is coming to the West for PlayStation 4 this October. NG is the second entry in Experience's Spirit Hunter Adventure series following Deathmark, and Deathmark was a really good game, and it's coming West for PlayStation 4 in October. That was announced by Arc System Games, and here is the rundown from the official website. NG is the second entry in the new Spirit Hunter series and the companion story to last year's award-winning sound novel Deathmark. NG follows the story of a young man on a life-threatening quest to discover who or what is responsible for the disappearance of his little sister. To save her, our protagonist must team up with shady characters, face down spirits of legend, and make difficult decisions that can greatly alter the outcome of the game. Can you save your sister and stop evil from destroying all that you hold dear, or will you find yourself just another victim of an angry spirit? The game touts creeping horrors and familiar settings more than a visual novel. NG offers an immersive and exciting gameplay experience in which players must make decisions at key moments. In order to survive, players are offered a judge system which allows them to respond to each event with a variety of different reactions. You're going to search for clues throughout the game, and the game is touted to be beautiful but deadly. The game features gorgeous illustrations from artist Fumiya Sumio, who makes the terror in each character's face impossible to miss and renders horrifying spirits with stunning details. Again, NG is scheduled for a release over here in the West on the PlayStation 4 sometime in October. Next up, here's another interesting release. Aggelos is coming to the PlayStation 4 on July 12th. The Wonder Boy-inspired 2D action-adventure game first dropped on PC back in June of 2018, and it actually hit Switch earlier this year. The PlayStation 4 version was initially planned for release alongside the Switch version, but unfortunately it was delayed. This game has you step through time and discover a mesmerizing new action RPG that looks like it was plucked straight out of the 16-bit era, but it plays like a modern-day Marvel, inspired by non-linear Japanese retro adventures such as Wonder Boy and Monster World. Aggelos hurls players into the middle of a colossal struggle for survival as beings from another dimension threaten to invade the peaceful kingdom of Lumen. Bursting with secrets and side quests and boasting slick melee combat that any 2D action game would envy, Aggelos is the perfect combination of retro style and modern day game design. The game touts a vast kingdom to explore, a classical non-linear adventure, deadly encounters, tactical depth, stunning sprite art, and memorable chiptunes. All of that is hitting the PlayStation 4 on July 12th. And lastly, I do want to note that the PlayStation blog had an in-depth post about Mighty Switch Force Collection, and that's finally coming to the PlayStation 4 on July 25th. It notes, finally, the Mighty Switch Force titles are coming to PS4 on July 25th, and better yet, it's in the form of Mighty Switch Force Collection, which features all 4 mainline Mighty Switch Force games in one convenient package. At last, fans can enjoy the game's unique puzzle platforming action in the same place at the same time, all on a single system. Mighty Switch Force Collection contains 4 full games: Mighty Switch Force 2, Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition, and Mighty Switch Force Academy. There's a lot of details about the game on the PlayStation blog, so I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. If you're into interesting puzzle platformers, this might be a game to check out. I imagine that this is not going to be a game that everybody picks up on day one, but maybe down the line it sees a steep discount where it is south of $10, or it's available as a PlayStation Plus title, and it'll be worthwhile checking out then. Although this is the type of game that I don't think should be a headliner for PlayStation Plus. Sony, do not get the wrong idea, but as a complimentary game to a bigger title, I think a game like Mighty Switch Force would actually do pretty well. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, the insane PlayStation 4 exclusive in Project Awakening still looks to be a PlayStation 4 title. Kinda skeptical on that. I really thought that this was gonna end up being a PlayStation 5 game, and Side Games is looking to become the best development studio in the world. That is a lofty goal, but hey, I like seeing stuff like that, and they do have a lot of compelling projects in the works right now, from Project Awakening, Grand Blue Fantasy, Relink the Fighter, and I'm sure they've got a lot of other games in development as well, so let's see all of that come to fruition. Information on a brand new Yakuza game is going to be announced on July 10th. NG is coming to the PlayStation 4 in October. Aggelos hits the PS4 on July 12th, and Mighty Switch Force drops on July 25th. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.